Hello, everybody. We are here and we are alive. We hope you all are looking forward to yet another lovely session of the Three Kingdoms, specifically Ahlexria. It is a pleasure to have each and every one of you here today. We are super excited to continue this story. Thank you all so much for the support of Session 1. We did amazing with that. We actually hit over 200 views on that stream, so that was pretty cool. That was pretty fun. Who knows? Maybe that'll continue going forward. But before we go any further, I do want to shout out everybody who followed between Tuesday and today. Just, let y'all know that we recognize you. So I want to say thank you to Screw Z, to Dryout, to Terry Jeffries, who not only followed but subscribed. Appreciate that. Scarlet Nova 22, The Real Scooter, and Crazy Boxes, I think is how you pronounce that last name. Thank you all so much for following. We appreciate you guys, and we hope you guys stick around and enjoy what we got going on here. Also, of course, I want to give out a shout out to our artist, as we have quite a few today. You can't see our little characters right over here on that end right there. We have all 5 of our party members, and we do have Ciandra art officially up. And if you are looking at Ciandra, you're looking at Fervor, Vice. Those 3 are done by the Madly Insane. Big shout out to her. If you are looking at Juniper, I believe that is done by our very own Christy, or Mighty Migraine on the social medias. And then if you are looking at Belle and Thatcher, those are both done by our very own Luna. Luna, wave to the camera, say hello.
Hi.
There you go. And that's our shout out for the art. Thank you guys so much for being here. Obviously, go check out our socials. We do got those as well. I don't think we have any major announcements or anything, other than the fact that we have hit 100 followers. Shout out to that. We hit our goal, and we will be. I will be working on getting the promised art. I will reach out to artists and make that happen for y'all. So, no worries, no problems. Yeah. Otherwise, I think we're good for a recap. Who is going, and the person who's going to be leading us into our recap for this campaign is going to be the one, the only, the ever wonderful, the ever amazing Clover.
Thank you.
Of course.
And now I just have to be ever wonderful and amazing. We opened last week with Belle sitting at the table, getting ready to give readings, and with her floaty lights of amazingness. Fervor came in shortly after, immediately went to his own corner so that he could avoid all the people. We panned to Juniper, who was at the bar ordering her first round of 5 shots, very quickly noticing that Vice was down the bar from her and staring kind of intently at her, which led Juniper to approach him, much to Vice's disappointment. But Juniper very specifically wanted to talk to him about his very large, very noticeable sword. Juniper and Vice both notice Belle sitting at the table with her floating lights. I'm pretty sure that Thatcher also kind of helped them to notice Belle, and both Juniper and Vice went over to get a reading from the lovely Belle. Shortly after that, Ciandra walked in, who is a Silverborn, looked for Fervor, immediately found him, and started to hire Fervor and a group of adventurers to help her find and kill the people who were responsible for Ciandra's father's murder. Vice, after climbing a stack to make sure that the gold promised was enough, Vice noticed a child who had been drinking to excess in the corner, scooped them up to take them home. The group followed, kind of in the hopes that a fight would ensue. Much to Juniper's disappointment, a fight did not. It was just a bunch of kids and their mother who was struggling. Vice absolutely nailed and was awesome. Gave them all of his platinum that he had received, and Fervor gave them all good berries so that everybody got a meal. We went back to the bar, went to sleep. The next morning, Sandra woke up, talked to the barkeep about a lead she had named Savage, but we were all directed to the blacksmith. Recap done.
That's right. And part of that final bit of heading to the blacksmith is, as you all arrive to the door, the front door of that blacksmith, you see that there are a few people outside wondering what's going on, as there's a sign saying that the blacksmith is permanently closed. Which is weird, as if this was a constant development, why would it be permanent closed, and why would you be pointed in this direction if this was something that was already known? So this had come out of nowhere, and you can tell that Sandra is now pissed about, the only lead they had of finding Savage was the blacksmith, and the blacksmith now doesn't operate, so we gotta figure something out here. She looks to you all, the lovely party, who, she just recently hired. She's like, well, what do you think? What should we do?
Well, I was given this bottle of brandy to give to the blacksmith, so it couldn't have happened too long ago.
Well, I think we could just knock on the door, and if he doesn't open it, we can try opening it, and if that doesn't work, then we could always just open it anyways. But we gotta give the brandy to him somehow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I suppose.
But if he turns to Juniper, if you could give a hard knock, I feel like you have the strongest punch with that. Either that or Vice.
Yeah, I think I can handle knocking on the door. I walk up and I boom, 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 boom.
I already said no. Now leave.
Open
Got
up.
your brandy.
I didn't ask for brandy.
Well, the tavern people told us at Pepita's to bring it over, and I just want to complete a job, if you would.
The door slightly opens up. You see this more like grizzled looking human, probably in his like late 50s. Only his face is poking out, and he's like, I already told you, I don't care who the tax collector sinned, I'm not paying. Closes the door.
What?
Boom,
Listen.
boom, 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 boom.
I don't. If anything, I am not bad. Okay. Well,
Can I make some type of check to catch the door before he closes it?
Give me a... This is gonna sound a little crazy. Give me an initiative check, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Ooh.
You know what? I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I see what you're putting down. I see what you're thinking here.
Yeah.
7.
You go, and as you go to try to push catch the door, it immediately closes on your hand. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage on your fingies.
Hurt.
not the thing.
But yeah, it's yeah.
As I just sit there and I just stare like in dismay at my fingers. I'll just sit there and I'll just say, sir, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think we look much like tax collectors, do we?
Does it look like I care what you look like? I already don't have anything else.
Touche, but we're not here to get anything. We just want to give your stuff so we can leave, man. We're just trying to make money just like you.
All right, just give it over.
See?
Okay.
Like,
And I'll look over to who has it?
Bell.
It'd be Bell.
Brandy.
I'll look over to Bill.
I'll go over and hand it over, and as I do, with it goes a gold coin, and I whisper, or not whisper, I just say, we also have some questions.
Figures. Not even the good brandy.
Just questions.
Can you give me a persuasion check?
Well, I'm not gonna use that one. That gives me bad vibes. I'll try the frog ones. Frog
While
ones were
they're
right.
rolling that,
I was
anything
right.
dismal
The frog
for
ones are
the
so
tier
nice.
1.
Yes, yes.
24.
24.
Yeah.
He's like, you get 4 questions. Get inside.
Well, I'm not gonna say no to that. But I walk in.
I also walk in.
I will follow.
All right.
I stand in the doorway.
All right. And you walk into his blacksmith shop. He walks you all in. Feel free, by the way, to place your tokens at the door at the bottom.
See.
But as you all walk in, you see that there are like some shelves that have some stuff on it, but a lot of it looks like it's packed up and things are off the wall. There's only a few things left remaining. Looking at him now, you can see he kind of has like a limp as he walks. And he just is not doing that good. A lot of his weaponry he has still left out. Seemingly like he was trying to sell it. But obviously he's close, so I don't know how well that's going for him. But yeah. It's what you see at the moment.
Bill. We were asking questions around at Pepita's, and they turned us towards you. We're looking for someone who goes by Savage.
What do you know about Savage?
Is Ciandra with us?
Yes, she's with you guys.
I kind of turn over to her. She's the one who gave us the name, so.
Alright. And what about you, Dragon Lady? I have reason to believe this Savage is connected to the killer of my father. Right. And I'm supposed to just believe that? Whether you like it or not. Yes. And I need information. Well, look. I mean this in the nicest possible way. Your kind ain't from around here. And because of that, we don't really help your kind out. It's just how it works. He goes and kind of walks a few more steps in.
Well, you just had 4 questions.
Yep, and you used
So-
one.
Yes, you did. You know where he is.
No.
Fair enough.
Easy second question. You got 2 more.
For keeping track for me. I'm gonna kind of walk in a little bit more, kind of looking around the space. I have questions. Well, if you don't have the information we need, you know who might.
I'd say probably the man himself. He's the damn reason I'm closing this place. That's question 3.
Hold on now. You said not asking a question, of course, but because you know, you said that something about he's the reason that you're closing the place down. Did something happen? Did he come through and rip
Part
it
of the
off?
last
Maybe?
question.
That's why I specified not asking a question.
Well, that's not a question, and I'm not answering it.
Fair enough. And I think I got a better question then.
It's the
And
last one, so shoot.
that would be, you want us to do something about it?
I ain't paying you for nothing. If you think you can do
Information.
something, by all means, knock yourselves out.
Well, we can't really do something about it unless we know something about it.
Well, last time I checked, I'm not the one running the town. Nor am I the person who's putting bounties out. That's what I thought.
All right.
He kind of goes and
Ask
takes
more questions.
another couple steps in. Goes, opens up the brandy and just starts sipping from the bottle, or drinking from the bottle. You got your questions.
Could you describe how he looks again for me?
Yeah, so he is a grizzled-looking older human man. He does have a beard that is kind of like more salt and peppery. He does have kind of like this chainmail, like hood and shirt on. He does kind of walk with like a limp, so he's not, obviously the most capable person. Otherwise, he's about like 5'5". More of a pale complexion to him. And a few burn marks that you could tell is kind of from his occupation of being a blacksmith.
You say he's drinking brandy, right?
Yes.
Is he sitting down in the middle of the floor?
He's not sitting down. He's just standing, kind of walking.
Okay. I like to. Is it like some type of like table around, or like some type of chair or something?
There are no chairs in here.
No chairs.
There are
Fuck.
shelves.
Mhm.
There's the big table that he kind of had tools on that are kind of packed up, and there's this forge that is still running.
Tell you what then. I want to just sit there and like look at him. And I want to sit down in the middle of the floor. Take off my sword, lay it behind me, like flat, like directly, horizontally. Horizontally, yeah, it's on the page. Horizontally behind me, and just kind of like lean forward on my legs, and I'd like to kind of like invite him. Like I like to try and like give attention and kind of point to the ground, as an invite to sit down.
Can you give me a charisma
And
check?
I'm doing it. I want to say I'm doing it in a way of like a warrior to warrior thing, or like a like a drinking military thing, something of the sort, something in that nature.
Give me a performance. Give me a performance check.
Performance. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not better, brother.
Well, I don't know what to tell you then, buddy boy.
Gotcha.
Ah.
It's an 8.
He looks to you as you kind of, do all this. My soldier days are behind me. Pick yourself up. That floor's disgusting. I've never cleaned it.
I'll kind of give like a soft chuckle. And say, yeah, I could feel the soot on my hands.
Yeah, this
But
ground
all is well.
was white when I bought the place.
It's actually impressive. How long have you been here?
Oh, about 20 years, give or take.
20 years, give or take.
Yeah, it was like 9:48 when I got the place.
Oh man, yeah, you have been around. You said your soldier days are over. You served?
As a child, about your age, I was in the military. It's around the time that Ahlexria and Tharni weren't necessarily on the best terms. It was before the businesses started taking over.
Is that also where you got your endurance?
No, that was something else. But ain't gonna bother you with drinking stories.
No, please. I'm all ears. I haven't had a drink in a while. And I'll like turn to look at everybody like, and I'll turn back around.
Speaking of looking at everybody, while he's distracted, I'd like to look through like the shop a little bit, see if there is worth anything like leaving him of, I guess, is the right way of putting it.
Okay.
There's nothing too big, obviously.
Yeah.
Had to grab something small like I had.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, the guy kind of just like looks to you and he's like, "Who are y'all?" Yeah, obviously not delivery men. Too well armed for that. And you're not from the kingdom. Y'all haven't asked me for money yet. Who are you?
We're not tax collectors.
Tax collector's been coming here for a while. Since the place shut down.
I feel that.
Even
I mean-
beforehand.
I mean, honestly, that's the game, right? They beat a dead horse.
Exactly. That's just how it goes these days.
We understand. And I'm sorry that that's something that you have to deal with as someone who's playing a game that's already rigged.
Can't complain. Just makes it a little bit more difficult these days. I mean, look at everything that's around here. Haven't seen anything beyond a human or an elf since I got discharged from the military.
Trust me. I know exactly what you mean. I may not look it, but I'm also a human.
Right.
Just had a couple of bumps along the road.
Hey, you by the door. Get inside. You're letting the viewers in.
I step forward and just use my foot to kick the door closed behind me and then like lean against it, just not moving further into the room, just shutting the door.
I get it. You're some type of badass, huh?
Nope. Just here to get the information that we need.
Right. Could lose the attitude. Maybe we'll get you your information faster.
Look, boss. In all seriousness, no need to do all that.
Anyway.
How about you help us help you? so we can help ourselves.
Give me a persuasion with advantage.
Persuasion with advantage.
Yes, sir.
Two 16s. 16.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. He goes and starts walking over to this shelf over here. What do y'all know about bandits?
They're everywhere.
They're bad.
Our
They're
nuisance.
hungry.
Well, you definitely have a pig's ass for a head, but that's fine. You know about as much as surface level will let you know. They're not all bad or evil. Some of them are just people down on their luck. Or they're people who don't agree with the way things are.
It's a dog eat dog world. You gotta eat, especially if you're hungry.
Yeah. So do the puppies. And when
You sure?
the bigger dog doesn't feed, well, let's just say the litter doesn't last long. Savage was unfortunately part of the smaller group. Was on the losing end of that fight. But then his head started getting big as soon as he started rallying more support. Believing that Ahlexria truly turned its back on its people. And I'm not one to get you into politics, but he started gathering other people, those who got outcast from their tribes, villages, towns, whatever you want to call it. Start putting them into more of a regime. If you know of the dogma, that's him. They believe that their time to lead is coming up.
Have we heard of, well, have I heard of them before?
You all can give me a history check
Okay.
if
I'd
you're
like to do
interested
that.
enough to be involved.
Yeah.
Because of my particular history, may I have advantage, or is it just gonna be a flat history check?
Just give me flat.
Okay.
16.
15.
Okay. Who am I waiting on?
I have an 11, so.
11. I think I'm waiting on Thatcher.
I got a 22.
22. Okay.
Oh, I said it. I got a 22.
Everyone but Juniper. You all would know that the dogma was originally about 12 years ago was known as a group of freedom fighters. And they were actually known to do a lot of good. They would go around to any town that was being pillaged. They would go and basically be like free mercenaries for like guard services. They were a really well-known group. But within recent history, they have instead become a bit more money devoted. They started looking for, you know, any reason to gather gold or jewelry or gems, whatever they could find. Kind of becoming more of like a dragon horde than that of somebody trying to actually make a difference. They were never for the crown, and that kind of still is true, but now they're also not really for the people. They're just kind of for themselves.
Okay.
So they used to be for the people, and now they're not. So what exactly put them off of their course? They just let it get to their head, or was there someone else behind it, or do you not know?
I couldn't tell you. If I'm being honest, I'm not part of their leadership. I was just a guy they were extorting for weaponry and armor. That doesn't mean much, but it is what it is. What I do know is there are people within their ranks who want to go back to the Dogma's original intentions. That want to go back to assisting their communities and their people. Not just
So yeah, destroying it.
suffering them. Yeah. But Savage is making sure that he has all of his enforcers pushing the boundaries. Making sure that they know who's in charge. So, if you want to get to him, you're going to have to get through them first.
Okay, where would we find them?
Like I told you already, I don't know. They normally come here. In fact, they were just here a couple days ago. So,
What are they here for, if you don't mind me asking?
Weapons and armor,
So they
But-
came to you.
of course. That's what I did for them. In exchange.
How do they know when you have a new set, or rather a new, yes, an updated supply?
Well, they come on the 16th of every month. And if I don't have enough, they take it out of the gold that I made. So, trust me, it wasn't a business deal. It was straight up extortion.
I'll look over at what's everyone's faces right now? Like curiosity.
Blank.
Thatcher is backed away
Wait,
from the
wait.
shelf. He ain't looking no more. He's looking at the guy, but his face is contemplative. He's thinking about it.
Well, looks like I look like I have an idea. A plan.
When
Uh,
I'm go ahead.
My face is of slight disgust based on the topic
Mhm.
of like the extortion and stuff.
Gotcha. I'll look over at Bell. Like when we like meet eyes, and I can tell you have what's it called? You have an idea. I'll raise an eyebrow and nod my head.
Well, you said that they still kind of gather outcasts, or now they just looking for the strongest?
That's the funny thing. They haven't really been recruiting. But their numbers still grow, so I'm sure you can figure that part out yourself.
All right. Well, now we know the right questions to start asking people. Thank you. And I flip the second gold piece that I have in my bag over to him.
Takes it.
I'm not allowed to take the money for free.
You know, if you want to do me a favor, They took something pretty important last time they were here. It's kind of a it's kind of a family heirloom. If you could find my family sword, you don't need to bring it back. I'd rather it be in somebody capable's hands instead of a bunch of pointless marauders. If we could
I'll
do
keep
that.
it in mind.
What do it look like?
It's a curved sword. One that its pommel looks like a crescent moon.
I'll definitely put it to good use, or somebody else here will. Depends on how it feels in my hands.
Do you mind if we ask?
Back?
Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead.
Just mind if we ask for your name? Never asked.
Yeah. The name is Garius. Garius Thalstum. But most people just call me Geese.
You say
Yeah, I'm not-
Dowson?
Thalsum.
Dowson?
Yeah.
All right.
Turn around. I open the door, like waiting for the rest of the group to kind of go through it.
Yeah, y'all should probably get going.
Gonna ask before I head out. You got any scimitars or anything like that on sale? I don't got exactly any blades, and in case something gets close, I want to be able to stab something. You know what I mean?
I don't carry around any small weaponry unless you're thinking of daggers.
I already got one of those. All right,
Well,
perfect shot.
that's all I got. Alright, well,
And with that, he'd start leaving.
cool.
I'll turn around and I'll turn around and I'll step around the blade. So like I'm gonna walk for a second. And I'm gonna pick it up carefully and put it back on my back. And when I do, I'll start walking over to him, and I'll hold up a hand for a handshake.
He goes, grabs you by the forearm, gives you a shake.
I give him a firm, not crazy firm, but somewhat firm one back,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll say, we'll get you okay. We'll get you back on track.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Now,
Of course.
me and this Brandy have a date. If you don't mind, it's gonna get real passionate here real quickly.
Of course.
Well,
I'll start
I
walking away.
don't want to stick. I don't want to stick around and see that, so I'll start leaving.
And as I walk out, I'll say, stay on your day as long as you want to, but just save me a little bit. Just save me a little, so when I come back, I can meet her at least, or him.
You don't
Alright,
do.
And I'll walk out and close the door.
cool. You guys all walk out and back to the town we go.
Yay.
You guys make your way out, and you see that the crowd that was watching is kind of left at this point. There's like some murmurs, like some people kind of hanging out around the like main little shopping area here, but for the most part, that's it.
I'll walk over to Thatcher. Like I'll step up beside him and kind of like tap him on the side with something.
Oh, what is it?
It's a sickle.
Oh. Well,
I'm holding it with like a cloth, so I don't actually touch the metal itself, but I just hold it out. I can't use it.
Well, I'm not the best with these ones, but I'll accept it. These ones you gotta use your muscles a little bit more than just swinging it around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'll hold on to it for you. Seem not too fond of metal, anyways. I'll just put it in an empty sheath that I had.
I'm more in tune with bone stuff myself, or wood.
Well, I'll keep that in mind in case we want to get you something.
Thanks.
I'm gonna look between Belle and Vice. So we headed to the mayor's house, whoever runs this town. Like, where are we going next?
And
They're gonna
I
ask
wouldn't be-
around.
well, yeah, asking around or there, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. I don't know if we want to go super big immediately, but we are
Why
looking
not?
for
Why
who
not?
knows. Fair
Might
enough.
as well. Might as
That's a
well
fair
swing
point.
big. He's gonna
'Cause
know.
He might not know, and then we're bringing attention. We could try.
We could,
We just need a location, honestly.
we could always just ask for local bandits in the area. This savage guy sounds like a pretty messed up guy. Maybe most bandits will know about him.
Maybe.
Definitely can interrogate some of those.
Now I like that idea. Let's do that.
But first,
Start
of course,
with
we gotta
toes.
find something.
Yeah,
Gotta
start
find
with the toes.
something.
If you start at the toes, then you can lead to the legs. You get to the legs, you can you can chop out the head.
Oh no, before you get to the toes, you can do the fingernails and the toenails. That's where you
Those
start.
two.
I'm gonna take two
Uh,
very big steps to whatever direction is away from Juniper.
A small smile goes across my face, and I say, "Well, I was thinking more metaphorically, but you know, I like the way you think." I'm not against
I'm a
it,
very literal person.
and that's
Let's.
okay.
Well, that's one way to do it.
You know,
By the way, we can always ask around for bandits. We don't exactly need to ask the mayor, but I mean, if anybody knows who's trouble in his little area, it's definitely gonna be him.
Absolutely, that's what.
If you want to spend all day trying to figure this out, that's fine. But he said that the person in charge probably would know. So I figure why waste a bunch of time when we can maybe figure this out a little faster and move it, let's get going.
I mean, yeah,
I would
that's a
really
fair
like
point.
to have my money. That'd be great.
Good point.
Yeah.
I'm not against it.
Yeah, we could
Alright,
definitely get his interest by saying, "Hey, we could just take care of this problem for you," and in turn, we're taking care of a problem for us, which is not knowing where these guys are. So,
Guess in the big house. I'm gonna start walking.
big house we go. I'll start following.
Lead the
Yeah.
way.
I'll follow behind.
okay. We are going to the more northern part of town. We are heading to the largest house. Okay.
Yes.
As you head over to the largest house in town, you go, and you notice that there are these statues of guardsmen that are placed all around the perimeter of the building. But there are no actual guards.
And I wave in front of one of the statues.
Yeah. You wave in front of one of the statues.
And if it does anything before we interact with anything.
It's a statue, man.
Big.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, since you're good at knocking on doors, I suggest you go ahead, Juniper.
Okay. Instead of knocking, I'm gonna kick this one, just like boom, 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 boom with my foot.
You go, you kick it the first time, the door swings open.
It's open. let's go.
Well, nice
That's-
kick.
Good.
I'm gonna walk in.
Walking. You know, you did such a good job kicking that door in. You're really strong.
As you all walk in through the door, you hear, "Hello, visitors, and welcome to the manor of the illustrious Illusioneer. You, of course, are welcomed here. However, do bear in mind that you are now under the effects of my zone of truth that permeates the whole building. If this bothers you, you are now free to leave. Otherwise, enter at your own risk. Ladies, the stairs to the second floor is just down the hall."
That was my sister you're talking to.
Juniper immediately just flips off the air of just like, just in case you can see what's happening. And I step in to the main area.
Guy seems
I'm,
rather full of
oh.
himself.
Yeah, it's.
Well, if this is like the illusionist, is this who we're trying to talk to? As I walk in.
And as you all kind of, are all fully in, the door behind you slams shut.
No.
That's a little rude. You got my tail.
As I was saying, you're real strong. You did a really good job kicking down that door. I'm gonna bardic you. That's what I was-
You see Juniper get very like flustered of just like don't thanks, I guess, but and I just like it makes me incredibly uncomfortable that you just said something very nice to me.
Well, I'm the truth. And then keep walking.
You all
Alright, so.
will then hear,
So
"My, my, my, what do we have here?" As coming down like this, like, spiral staircase almost, comes a little halfling. Looks like we have some company. And I don't remember authorizing you all to be here. Not that I'm opposed to it.
We're new to town and just looking for someone who's in charge.
Well, look no further. I can be in charge all you want me to be.
That's not what she means. I'm gonna like step a little in front of her.
Oh. And are you her bodyguard?
Yes, actually.
Well, don't worry. It's always fun with more.
I'm also her
Okay.
brother. And I'm not into that.
I do
Anyway.
draw the line at family. I do apologize. You'll have to wait in the foyer.
Okay.
I also draw the line of family, so anyways.
Maybe we got the wrong house then. And I turn around, walk towards the door.
As you walk towards the door, he's like, "Oh, where are you going? Thought you wanted information."
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Are you
Great.
the illusionist? Air
The Illusioneer.
illusioneer.
It's alright. The common folk don't know how to pronounce it at first. But that's all. It's fine. Perhaps you've heard of me.
No.
A little bit.
Well, for those of you who haven't, I am the one who prioritizes all magic and all weave that stimulates the senses, tantalizes the eyes, and perfumes the very existence of which mere people cannot possibly understand.
Well, we ain't exactly mere people, but anyways, if Bill, you got the questions. I'm not gonna talk to this man.
You're right. You sound a little uncomfortable, Thatcher. Yeah, we're just looking
Yeah.
for a group willing to take care of them. Just looking for them. Some bandits nearby.
Oh, which ones are you asking about? I have,
Just a
let's see,
location
the
of any, honestly.
Cobras. I know of the Bengals. I know of the Gobsnacks. I know of the Wave Riders. There's plenty that I know of. Do you have someone in particular?
Dogma?
Dogma, you say? He snaps his fingers and a robe appears over him. First, you had my arousal, but now you have my curiosity.
Want to answer some questions then?
Thatcher.
I could answer some questions, sure. Please, come, take a seat, all of you. Including the tall purple one. I like the look she's giving me.
I am a ride that you would not survive.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Would hope not to see that one either way. I'll sit down.
He
stand
We'll
behind
say.
Thatcher.
He'll guide you all to like a more proper kind of meeting room. There's a few chairs laid out, kind of going around. This owl bear pelt on the ground. There is a fireplace that he has set up, and he lights it with the fire bolts before taking a seat. Please, if you would.
I don't
seat
sit. I just go
next to Belle.
stand behind wherever Belle is sitting.
I was about to
I'll
say I was
sit at,
where you're standing, but yeah, okay.
Is it like a it's like a round table or is it like a regular?
There's
like,
no table.
Oh, there's no table. Period.
There's no
It's just
table.
chairs.
It's
Is it
chairs.
just lounges?
It's like a
It's a
lounge.
lounge room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
It's gross, is what it is.
It is the
Oh.
typical
It's-
like Playboy
yeah, it's gross, is
billionaire.
what it is.
It's a lounge. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, not sitting, standing behind Belle.
I'm not gonna sit. I'll set it on fire.
I'll just sit closer to the guy just because I'm the one talking most.
Okay.
Let's sit right next to you, because
I will unknowingly, unknowns to what's wrong with this dude. I was thinking like he's just like like a regular dude who talks weird. Unknowing of what he is, I just like sit down in a random chair.
Okay.
Just kind of just like sit like a normal chair. Just sit back there.
There's a slight
pass my hand.
squish in the chair that you sit in.
I like my head like what? Do you eat in here or something? Is this a living room?
Sorry, it gets a little let's say humid in here.
imagine you
I mean-
eating here, alright, but I don't think it's meals.
Oh man, you gotta start cleaning more. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I assure you, I have maids.
Anyways,
Okay.
Anyway, the questions.
so you seemed interested in the fact that I even mentioned the name.
Of course.
So I'm hoping you have at least where they are.
I know roughly where they are. I've performed
this-
for them a couple times.
You gonna make it a little difficult to know, or are you just gonna tell me?
Depends. How difficult are you going to make it for it to leave my mouth?
I'm letting you talk right now.
I think you and I know that is not what I mean. However, we can come to an arrangement. If you're interested, that is.
Oh, a slow turn.
What type you talking about? Big plane.
Then I will speak the most plain that I can. I need you to get me something. And in return, I'll give you the information. Think you can do that?
Trail of quests? Sure. What do you need?
I need you to go to Pepita's. It's a tavern in town. I'm sure you've heard of it.
No, we've been
Yeah.
there. I slept there.
Good. Then you will know that the barkeeper, Henderson, has a very interesting demeanor to him. That is because he stole something that is mine. And I know on good rapport that he keeps it in his main office that is within the kitchen of Pepita's. I need you to go back in there and steal it for me.
What
What
is
is
it?
it? Yeah.
It is a fairly expensive item of desire, shall we say.
Okay. May I know the overall shape of this item?
It is ring-shaped, encrusted in
Oh.
gold.
Got it. I know one when I see one, so.
There you go.
Well. Alright,
Vice
I'll make
will
sure to
like look around.
grab that with my.
What?
Make sure to use my gloved hand for that one.
Vice is looking around, confused as to why everyone's making a face. He's just like, "Sorry, he stole a ring from you, and then you need us to get it back. Is it like a wedding ring? Is it like a?"
Juniper looks at you. It's a cock ring.
A what?
Whoa.
Uh,
First of all, no.
What is it then?
It's a
An item of
ring.
desire that's gold. That's
It's
ring. What is it?
It's a ring of charming. Something that you clearly lack.
Mm. Yes,
I don't know
I'm
about
the one that
but-
lacks charm in this situation. Okay, so a ring of desire. So it's a normal sized ring, just a small one on your finger.
Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
He,
Anyways.
he says that like as he kind of like is motioning towards himself. I am a halfling.
Oh, dude. Okay. As he does it, Vice's like his faces goes like from stale, like just deadpan to like just shrinking my head back.
I look confused about this entire topic.
Imagine it still fits. Anyways, I'm gonna. You have to leave.
Okay,
Get
so
the
we
item. You tell us
bring
what
it
we want.
back. Yeah.
That's right. If you bring it back to me, I'll give you the location you're looking for. However,
Out of curiosity,
yes.
out of curiosity, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but why does he have that? Why couldn't you just go over there and get it? Why couldn't I just walk in and just have him bring it to you? What's so special about it?
Well, you see, his wife may have perhaps left him some time ago,
Okay.
and I may have accidentally misplaced the ring during that time.
Mm.
And as I went to go reclaim it, he snatched it from me and put it in his office.
Okay.
Imagine he seems it to be a memoir. I believe. I don't care. I'm gonna. Gonna leave.
And if you know you want an extra 120 gold, you could
I
always
freeze my head.
give this to the waitress as he pulls out a sealed envelope.
Well, we got a secondary job for some extra gold if any of you want to do it.
Optional
Just to
objective.
deliver it?
Well, and make sure she reads it.
Take out a handkerchief and grab it with it. And I dust my skirt off. We'll be back.
Oh, you all have fun. I could see us working together sometime. Alright, well.
Fortunately, I can too, anyway.
Like, you're gonna be important, I can tell, I hate this. Alright. He's like, the doors will open for you now, by the way.
I was about to make my exit. This was, yeah.
Alright.
Could be
I'll follow after them.
Could be a very weird question. So walking behind, Thatcher and Vice, is there any stain on the back of their pants?
On the back of Vice's pants in particular, there's a giant wet stain on his butt.
Alright.
Vice,
This
I
is
think
what this
you
game's
sent
become.
some water.
Hmm?
I think you sent
sent
some
some
water. Yeah, the back
Water?
of your pants is like wet.
Stain a little bit.
Okay. Interesting. And like I'll turn around to like look at it. And I'll say, I don't remember there being. Okay.
Wouldn't smell it.
whatever.
How are you?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm starting to slowly get the idea of who we're dealing with. I'm not a fan. And as we're walking, if you're around me, you guys are going to. It's gonna feel. How's it feel outside currently?
Like 64.
64.
64.
So when we walk outside, you're like I'll say like around like five feet from me, or like maybe 3 feet, 2 feet, something like that. This close to me. You start to feel like a little bit of sweat for some reason, like maybe on your back or like your right temple, just like start feeling like a little warmer. And then occasionally, like as it's going, I'll say it lasts for like maybe 5-6 seconds, and that's going on. Vice is like keeps checking the back of his pants to see the progress of the stain, and then eventually it will cease, or it will not be as damp.
They'll like dry out some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little crusty back there. Don't worry about it.
It's beautiful.
Dude.
This is
Dude.
Go to Pepitas.
Yeah. Juniper absolutely he lines it to Pepitas to get this done and over with.
as
Yeah, I know what I'm dropping.
as
Just following behind, going, "What? Why are y'all so scared of him? He seems, he was a little weird,
I
but
ain't scared. I'll tell you that. I ain't scared.
what's going on?"
as you guys are walking by, you see a few of the children
What was the word?
running by. And
The ones from
the one
from
from
the
last
orphanage?
night, yeah, not
Okay, cool.
not orphanage, but yes,
Oh well. Yeah.
from the house.
Yeah.
You see some of them run by. One of them stops. It's actually what's his name, Theo. He stops by and he's like, "Oh, hey guys," and he just keeps running after.
I'll make sure he hears me say what's up, or hello, and return to his greeting as he walks by.
All right, beautiful.
I'll give a shy wave.
And I don't acknowledge the children at all. I just keep walking.
How
like,
you
I-
met them?
I give a quick wave as I just want to be done with this.
Want to be done
Part.
with it? I feel you. I feel you.
We diving in and we diving out fast as we can.
Belle and Juniper are in the same boat. Let's just go do this.
All right,
Yeah.
you go back into Pepita's. And the bartender's like, "Oh, hey, welcome back. Is there anything I can get for you today?"
Yeah, I am looking for. Oh, give me 2 seconds. I I know her name. I wrote it down. I promise.
It's
Mhm.
I'll
Margaret.
get there in a second.
Margaret, if
Thank
you're
you.
looking for
I'm
the
looking for
waitress.
Margaret. Is she around? I'm assuming he said waitress. That's the only one we know.
Yes, actually. She just went outside. What do you need her for?
Oh, I just have a note from someone. I got paid. Little quest around town, doing what I can to actually eat food, and I'll go back outside to look for Margaret.
Okay, if you see her out there, let her know that she still needs to do the dishes when she gets back.
All right.
Oh, I can help with that. It'll give me something to do.
The dishes?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
I'm not.
the above table. This is the guy, right?
this is
Or
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. If you think you can manage, I could throw a couple silver your way.
Okay. I'm free to help out for a little bit and at least give Miss Margaret a head start.
Oh, I assure you,
And
she's no miss.
no offense, please, if you could, make sure you, I'll pull him aside, like as he's about to start, like pull him aside, like, hey, if you could, please, just make sure you stay with him for a second, make sure he has the ropes. He doesn't like to mess up. He likes to make sure that he gets it done as perfectly and as straight on as possible. He doesn't want any confusion, So just walk through it.
Is this to me?
This is to him.
I
Oh.
unfortunately cannot do that as I have to run the bar, but especially with my daughter out at the moment, I have to, wait.
Of course. I could take over for you for a second. I've started a couple drinks in my day.
As
I can't really afford to pay everybody at the moment, so.
It's free. It's free of charge, man. I just want to see my man make some money.
As I'm walking out, in Vice's head, you hear it's in the kitchen, or around the kitchen. The office is the kitchen. As I fully walk out.
I'll say, well, you don't have to, of course. It's no problem.
All right. Well. Okay. Is there anything I could get for you all? I guess while you're here.
Actually, you've been here a little bit. You might know, while he goes off and does the dishes, do you have any information about the Runesworn? Have you heard anything about them? Have they come through at all?
Try and shadow Fervor while he goes to the fight thing. Try and sneak with him.
Give me a stealth check.
Like using him. I was about using him as as to block the. But yeah.
Yeah, I got you. You staying behind him.
Yeah.
Yes. Give me a stealth check. As for the Runesworn comment, yes, I've heard of them, but aren't they just that mercenary group?
Yeah, but I'm looking specifically for if they've traveled through. Have they been through any at all recently? Have you heard anything extra? Any new information?
Not
Any directions? Anything?
Not really. They try to, from what I've heard, they typically cover their tracks pretty well. So, I've never. They definitely haven't come through here. I can assure you of that much.
Okay. What about the Dogma? Have they been around?
They're everywhere. All up here, within the northern continent.
Are they giving you any extra trouble
Not
recently?
not me in particular, but every soul I've met has a 50% chance of bringing up the dogma. So they are a menace, from what I've heard.
I'm gonna slide a silver across and just thanks for, if you could If you hear anything about the Runesworn specifically, let me know. Give me a heads up. I'm looking for some information.
Okay. And he'll take the silver. Like, will do. And
Thanks.
he's like, by the way, my name's Henderson. Pleasure to meet you.
Juniper.
He, shakes your hand. Then we'll go back to Thatcher. Thatcher, what was that stealth check that you rolled?
An 18.
18. Okay, yeah, you managed to sneak in with Fervor. In Fervor, you go and do the dishes, I guess, or you see...
I'm doing it in a specific way.
Okay. You have a bucket and a rag. And that is just how you're going to be doing these dishes. Go for it.
Okay. So I'm going to use Shape Water
Okay.
as the cantrip, so like levitate it out of the bucket
Okay.
and run it over the dishes into like a nice little 5-foot long, like I want to say about that thick area of a cubic water.
Okay.
And on the inside of it, I'll have specific sections of them do like a little whirlpool effect.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just start sliding dishes in and drop in a little bit of soap into it.
Okay.
And while that's happening, because I can do this while I'm 30 feet away, not knowing, because I don't know Thatcher's here at all.
I'll make my presence known to you as soon as we're out of sight of everybody else. I'll just be like, hey, I'll go grab you. You can just focus on this.
I just turn around.
Yeah. Scream to me. I'm sorry. I have a quiet step sometimes.
You could have warned me.
I thought the plan was for me to go in. I didn't know you were going to do that. But you were a nice distraction. I'm gonna go look for the ring. You be doing this so that way he don't question anything. You know.
Okay.
If anything, your little show is would draw nice attention. That's real cool.
Okay. Then I guess while he does that, I will actually do the dishes. Not what I planned to do.
I'm sorry about that.
That's
you're
right,
good,
Fire
you're good.
Boy.
Once the dishes are done, I'll pop them up and set them over to the side, and I'll be like, okay, I'll deal with those in a second. And once the second batch is in, I'll use my legacy for Reach into the Blaze as a fire genasi to give a light coat with produce flame to dry the dishes.
Okay. Beautiful. That was beautifully done.
While he's doing that magic, I'm gonna look around for where his office is and where the ring is.
There is a door that is obviously not the one that you came through.
All right, I'm gonna try the handle, or if there is a handle
It
or
is
anything.
locked.
I'm gonna take out my thieves' tools.
Okay. Give me a
If I
sleight of
can-
hand check.
All right. That is a 23.
Yeah. You go, you fiddle around with the lock a little bit, and you just hear the little click as it opens up.
And I'll just open it up and walk in. Be very make sure to close the door behind me. And then I'll go and look for.
As you walk in, you immediately get hit by the scent of death.
I don't like that.
And you look around the room and you notice there is 3 hanging, wrapped bodies along the left wall.
I'm gonna slow turn.
And
I'll look over at that.
okay.
Do I recognize who these might be?
They're all
From
wrapped.
just.
So no.
Oh, they're full wrap.
They are fully wrapped.
I'll keep this in mind for later. And I'm gonna slowly sneak over to grab the ring.
You don't know where the
Just
ring
kinda
is. There's a desk in these 3 bodies. And there's a small little foot locker off to the side.
Be careful with it and checking around for traps now because okay, those might be the last people that snuck in here.
All right. What are you checking?
Like checking around, looking for like I've dealt with people that could be this cautious before, so I'm like looking at the floors, looking for anything odd in the floors, in the hinges, just looking everywhere for there could be a trap in this room, and Thatcher's paranoid.
Give me a. So if you're looking for traps, give me a investigation.
All right. And this definitely has nothing to do with undead, so I'm fine. So I don't get an advantage of this.
That's correct.
That is another 23.
Nothing in here looks trapped. At least nothing that can be opened. However, you see that these hooks are they are weight traps. So as soon as that weight is relieved, it's going to trigger something.
All right, so don't touch the bodies. Got it. I'll take a look in that foot locker if I can open it.
Okay, yeah, you can open it up, and inside, there is a bunch of like bloodied clothing. There are it's hard to tell without picking through and looking at it, but it looks like a mix mash of like standard cloth and like shirts, pants, but also there's a couple dresses in here as well.
If I can find the ring within this locker, I
You
will
can,
shift through a little bit.
Cool. You go through, you look through it, and
Yeah.
it's only clothes.
Oh, slow. After
And
I figure that out, I'm gonna like
there's no
look at my
blood
hand, make
on
sure I
your
didn't get any
hands.
blood. Okay. I'm gonna close that. Just looking where to wipe it off. Realize I'm wearing a trench coat and just kind of like go to the spot where nobody's gonna see the blood and I'll wipe it off
On the
in the innards of
inside.
that trench coat and
Yeah.
just be like, okay, just gonna ask Sis to cast that cleaning spell later. And then I'm gonna I'll look to see if there's anywhere else that the ring could be besides the bodies, and if there ain't, gonna start thinking. It's like the last thing I expected. I'm overreal.
You're like so overwhelmed now. Cool. You said you're checking the bodies?
Well, I'm gonna see like the desk has any
Oh,
drawers
the
or anything
desk.
like
Yes,
that.
there is. There are some desks too.
Okay, so I'm gonna check through the desk drawers. Being quiet, not gonna like try my best to like seem like, hey, nobody's in here. What you talking about?
Cool. You're going to check the drawers. And some of them, like most of them are just like, business forms and like, oh, well, this is how much money we made this week and, inventory and stuff like that. But in the very bottom drawer, there is only one thing that's in there, and it's a folded up piece of paper that seems to be scribbled on.
I'm gonna with curiosity. I mean, I've learned this much already. Might as well. Well, first I'm gonna like check it again because he's cautious. He's like, okay, checking, okay. And if there's nothing that like doesn't seem like it's like, oh, I'm gonna pull this and there's gonna be a string attached to it or something like that.
Yeah, no,
he's checking
you're
for
good.
something like that. All right, and he's gonna pick it up and he's gonna unfold the note and take a peek at what's in it.
Okay. Do you read the note?
Not allowed. I'll let you know that much. But
Well,
I'll read it.
Fair enough. I ask for a reason. As you read the note, Why? Why? Why, McGann, did you make me do this? I didn't want to do this. We had everything. We had a life. And yet, you threw it away. You threw away the best 15 years that I ever had. You chose this. You chose him. That tiny little twit over me. And I know this wasn't the first time. And I know he wasn't the first man. All I ever wanted to do was provide for you, take care of you. But no, that wasn't enough for you. It never was enough for you. You weren't thinking of me. You weren't thinking of our daughter. You were thinking about yourself. You were thinking about what made you and your life better. But I was willing to let it happen. I was willing to let all of that go. But then you brought him into our bed, into our home, to be caught by our daughter. I could not let that slide, not anymore. So, after he left, after everything happened and he was gone, and I took his pathetic little ring, I knew what I had to do. I knew what needed to happen. The Runesworn was right. Once you see that your life has no more meaning, that's when you are truly free. And you took away all meaning. So, Megan, you wanted to throw away our life. It meant nothing to you, then why should your life mean anything to me? After all, I never meant anything to you. So you can keep that ring that brought you so much pleasure. You could keep it inside of your disgusting, rotting corpse. Nobody needs it anymore anyway. And our daughter's going to know. She's going to know the whore of a mother she had. And she will learn better. And that is the note.
Atri is just speechless. Well, obviously he's not going to say anything in here, but he is going to let that settle in for a solid moment before folding it. Incriminating evidence. You're going to fold it, pull down his turtleneck, and over his arm is over his shoulder, leather bound of his leather bound arm. He has a pocket, and he's gonna put it there.
Okay.
And close that pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And slowly turn. Corpses. Why are there three? Is the first question he asks himself. And then begrudgingly look up to the traps that he definitely has to disable now. And then slowly turn to the door and very gently opens it. Peeks out his head to Fervor.
As
Hey.
you peek out the door, Fervor, the door
Yeah.
to the bar opens up, and you hear, "Hey, how's everything going? We're keeping everything all right?"
Yeah. I'm in the process of pulling out a couple of dishes from the little high dishwasher station that I've made.
Oh, wow, that's really cool. You know, like, are you using magic for that?
Just a couple of tricks I've picked up over the years. I will say that the water one was the hardest to learn,
Oh, well, that's
given me.
well, you know what? That's really cool. Here, you know what? I have a gold coin for you. And hey, do you think this could work on like laundry too?
I haven't tried it on laundry, but I can only use it for simple movements. I'm more than almost certain that it would probably just end up twisting and tying up the clothes together.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I mean, what if we just tried like a shirt, right? You know, I have these shirts in my office that have been dirty for months at this point from a slaughter I had to do with some pigs for fresh meat. But do you think you could try to wash that blood out?
I don't know how well that would work. Do I see Thatcher peek out of the office?
No, I would have backed up immediately upon seeing that and not make it the most least obvious I can of closing the door and put my ear to the door and just
Gotcha.
listen in.
Gotcha. Yeah.
His heartbeat, if you were if you were at the door, you could almost hear his heartbeat of how how hard it's going right now.
Doing that. Okay. Well, I guess I could give it a try once I'm done with these. I'm gonna look back. How many dishes do I still have left to do?
You still have about halfway. You're like halfway through.
At the current pace, this might take me roughly a half hour to an hour. I can talk to you then about it.
Yeah, no worries. You know, if you can, great. If you can't, I completely understand. Well, I'm gonna head back out to the bar, but keep me updated, all right?
I will. Thank you, sir.
Of course. He goes and he walks back out to the bar.
Once I hear those footsteps away, and I wait a couple of seconds just to be sure, I will slowly, very quietly open the door.
I'm gonna hold my thumb up behind my back, in like a "you're good."
And I'm just gonna do the most a subtle noise to have you face me. Hey, so
Yeah.
I figured out a couple of things.
Okay.
I'm gonna need a lot of time. But trust me, this is a lot bigger than just grabbing a gold coin.
It's all good. Come here for a sec. Hold on.
Okay, yeah, I'll kind of close the door behind me, very sneakily walk over and be like, "Hey, okay, what's good?"
I have a feeling, and taking my concentration off of the thing in front of me, but kind of splitting my attention.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put my hand on Thatcher's. I spaced your name. I'm so sorry. On Thatcher's.
That's all right. There's a lot going on.
I'll put my hand on your shoulder, and the little brands across my chest will glow a little bit, and a nice little, almost galaxy or spatial kind of magic runs up my arm, down it, and into you. And I'm going to cast guidance onto him.
Thank you.
I have a feeling you're going to need this. And as I say that, my eyes will glow a little bit, my hair will flare as the spell takes hold.
I recognize in this kind of field of magic, because it's very similar to Bardic Inspiration, I will be like, all right, thank you.
Oh, I thought
If he shows up,
it's a cantrip. I thought it was a spell. All right,
yeah,
I'll
all right, just
make a noise or something.
okay. So like, whenever he shows up, I don't worry. I'll be very alert. I feel my blood rushing right now. So make sure he don't go to this room for the next 10 minutes. I feel 10 minutes is appropriate.
That's
Just to
fine.
take-
You should have you should have roughly a half hour, depending on. I don't know if you heard, but I'll
Hey,
take my time.
it's in his office. The bloody things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just try and keep him out of the office. Uh,
I will.
and whatever deities, if you have any, pray for me. As he starts walking.
You said you need what? 10 minutes?
At least.
All right, well, if you
Yeah.
insist, then in 10 minutes we'll be back, y'all, from our break.
Oh.
Until then, y'all get some water, catch a breather, and we'll be back, and we'll see y'all here shortly.
See you in a bit, Sko.
Bye. And we are back. Hope we didn't scare you guys away. But yeah, welcome back to a very happy, totally normal session. Before we get started, I do want to say thank you to Dismal Paradise for the gifted sub. I was supposed to do that before we went on our break.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do that now anyway.
That was the
Appreciate
that was
you.
the homie.
I
Appreciate
chose
the
the
drop.
moment of when Bell was rolling to say that actually. So
Fair enough, but yeah. I noticed. I got you. Appreciate you.
I mean,
And it went to Clover.
Yeah.
So, not like,
Thank
she
you.
needs it or anything, but
I need every gift.
Oh.
Every gift needs to come to me.
I'm well aware what you need. Anyway, I'm kidding.
That came out.
That's
I don't think
crazy.
how the way that you intended that to come out.
Oh,
because
hey,
that
you know
came
what?
out. Ooh.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
hey.
Guys,
Anyway,
Guys,
3
oh.
dead bodies in
Crazy
an
work.
office.
Crazy work.
family friendly.
Yeah, I got.
3 dead bodies in an
Family
office.
friendly. Family friendly.
We just called a
I
woman a
think we-
whore.
Yeah, I was gonna say we passed family friendly like a little bit
20
ago.
minutes ago.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Whenever we walked into that illusioner's house, that's when we.
that's
when I
yeah.
left the building.
As soon as you sat in that seat and I said there was a squish, there was no coming back.
No, I kid you not. A split second before that, I made the sound.
Jesus. Anyway, let's get back in. Let's
Alright.
focus
If
back
we kind
up.
of
So,
squish kind of didn't making noise in here because I'm gonna have to pick up some bodies. Literally.
as this is all going on, back in the bar, you guys don't know what the hell's going on. Henderson comes back out and is just like, well, your friend seems to be doing the dishes quite well. Is there anything I can get for y'all? Are you all thirsty?
I could take a couple extra shots.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. Don't even worry about paying for it. Your buddy back there doing the dishes is plenty enough payment.
I mean, I don't know him super well, but we might end up owing you some money. There might be some broken dishes here. In fact, extra, I'll slide over a silver just to keep just to keep it good between the two of us.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you say. And he takes it and pours the drinks, and as he does, we're gonna go outside real quick to Belle, who's waiting for Margaret. Thank you. Waiting for Margaret. And she walks up and she's like, "Oh, hello there."
Hey, I'm doing little quests around town right now, and some half-them guy gave me this. He wants you to read it, and he wants me to make sure you read it. And while I'm still holding it with a handkerchief, I'm gonna hand her the envelope.
Okay. She takes it, opens it up. Okay. No, thank you.
Yeah, I assumed so. Just doing my job. Sorry about that.
I do not want him to, as he put it, see how the tree grew.
Yeah, no.
That's
If you want, I can
weird.
run another job and punch him.
No, that won't be necessary, but
Alright.
the guy said he slept with my mother, but she died 5 years ago.
Weird. You mind if I take a look at the letter?
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you. It's your mail.
Yeah, sure.
I'll take it and just look it over for just if he's
Okay, yeah.
just seeing if he's asking anything else of her other than that.
I mean, can you give me a insight check?
Sure. That's super my strong suit. A natural 20.
This is huge. Bro, this is huge. You needed that nat 20, actually. Fun fact. Okay, so, so this is important. As you read through it, the first time that you read through it, it's like, oh my, this is like a fucking creep hitting on, you know, a child. Not actually, she's 20, but when you reread through it again, through the lens of, you know, not as a woman, but as just somebody trying to understand the lecture, like the literature on the page, you are reading this as a guy who is very awkward, does not know how to speak to people unless it's in this weird bravado, and thoroughly believes that he might be reaching out to somebody important to him, somebody who, not in like a damsel situation, but more so in a situation of, I want to make sure you're safe kind of way, but doesn't know how to phrase it in any way that's not being a fucking creep.
So, looking through it again a second time, very begrudgingly the second time, my eyes kind of widen and go, oh, well, he's just kind of stupid. He's not using the right words. He just wants to know if you're okay. I don't know why he worded it like that. That's a weird way to word it.
Why?
He's just checking on you.
Why would he care? I've never
I don't
met this
know.
man before.
To him, it sounds like he thinks you're important to him. Not in that way, I don't think. He just is an idiot. I think he's just... I don't know. You said you think he is your mom? Maybe he thinks you're his daughter. Or something.
He would
I
have
don't know.
had to do
Listen,
my
I don't-
mom 20 years ago.
I'm literally just brainstorming. I don't know. I don't have a lot of information on this. I was just told to bring a letter over to you, you know? But it seems like he is concerned for your safety, kind of. I don't know.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, well, I did what I needed to do. I gotta go check on the rest of my group. Is there anything that you need me to do? I am doing little quest hopping around.
I'm supposed to be doing dishes right now. You guys, unless you want to do my dishes for me.
I think it sounds like Fervor went and is doing those right now. The on fire one. The purple flame hair. He sat in the corner looking at maps.
Oh, that
Scroll.
guy!
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay. Well, that's nice of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to thank him. And
I'm sure he's having fun with it. I don't think he would say that he'd want to if he didn't want to.
well, okay. Well, I still have to go inside and let my dad know I'm here.
Alright.
So, and I guess I have to let him know about this letter too.
I mean, if you have to.
I mean, he would want to know some random creep is messaging me. So,
I mean, yeah, that sounds like a thing that a dad would want to know.
yeah.
Here. Do you mind? I know it's probably me being nosy, but do you mind if I just like follow you?
Sure.
If see his reaction?
Sure.
Just to see his reaction. And I'll follow her in.
Okay, yeah. They walk in, and I guess Vice, Sandra, and Juniper, you all would see Margaret walk in with Belle. Margaret's like, "Hey, Dad, you know that weird guy that lives in the big house? Yeah, he sent me a message wanting to check up on me. He said something to do about him having slept with Mom?" Immediately, Henderson drops the bottle that was in his hands, shattering onto the ground. "Oh. I didn't know that. Um, but I wouldn't put stock into, what he said. After all, your mother's been dead now for, what? It's been almost 5 years. Why? There's no way, unless, he's a real creep and made something happen. I mean, you could read the letter if you want. I get. Oh, you're being very weird about this, Dad. Like, look, just give me the letter. I'll look it over. Are you, Dad? Are you sure? Just give me the letter. Okay. She begrudgingly and hesitantly hands him the letter. He looks it over. I think it's best that you all leave for the day. We're going to be closing for the day.
Well, all right. Can we wait a second for our dishwashing friend to come back out?
I'll get him. Don't you worry.
All right. Hey. Just want to check up with you. You seem real angry, and I don't want to bother you. We were able to get that bottle over to the blacksmith, like you asked. Is there anything else you want us to do?
I'd like for you all to leave.
All right.
Thank you.
I look around, noticing my brother isn't out here. I send a little message.
Yeah.
And just,
As you do so, Henderson's going to go to the back into the kitchen. But go ahead.
hey, I'm assuming you're where you're supposed to be. He's coming.
And since I can reply to your messages, right?
Yes, you can reply to his message.
Y'all, this is not good. I'm going to need you to stay here. Help me out whenever I pull this stun. I forgot we can talk like this.
Well, it's not telepathy.
No, this is message.
It is 25-word message.
That was less than 25.
Is it numbered now? I thought it was just a short message.
No, well, short message, yeah, it would be like, I guess, a sentence or two.
Hearing that, this is not a cantrip. In Vice's head, he hears, "We need to make a scene," and then I relay that same thing into Juniper's head as well.
But while this is all happening, Juniper, I'm very, immediately paying detailed attention to Margaret's response to her dad's anger. Is she giving any kind of, this is gonna come back at me vibes, or, this is unusual?
She seems more confused than concerned. Or, alerted, I guess would be the better word.
So him asking us to leave isn't, an especially responsive thing for her? She's not oh gosh, they're gonna go and...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's more so just, confused on why it's happening. It's not something that's, she's not in fight or flight response right now. She's more so just,
Perfect.
Kind of deer in the head, he only closes on, important things. This is weird that he's closing. Which is, it's very apparent. Because, again, it's not like she's, shaking or, paralyzed. Because as soon as he said you guys should leave, she, kind of just walks towards like the bar and just sits down, and she's just like, huh. But yeah, anyway, Fervor, you would see as Henderson walks in, he's like, you're good to go home. Your friends are out waiting for you.
Oh, is everything okay? I
Peachy.
say, "Wait, are you sure?
Yes,
Unless it's too personal.
my boy, I suggest you leave.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna finish up the last few that I had in the water, set them off to the side, dry them, and then just put the water back in the bucket.
As he goes and starts making his way to his office.
So I want to. Can I have done stuff while he
You-
was out, like before I got that message?
You can have done one. So you gotta pick
Okay,
one.
have searched one course.
Gotta pick one. There's one, 2, or
I'm gonna
3.
have felt them. I'm gonna have felt them to see the shape and see which one is more accurate.
Can
to
you give
what
me a
would sound
sleight
like
of
one.
hand when it comes to feeling?
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Are you filling up the courses? Are you filling up the corpses, dude?
He's filling up the
Okay, how
corpses.
do you-
This is
Which
what's
one's a
happening
woman,
right now.
okay?
Just go with it, all right?
Dude,
Go
are you
with it.
filling up the
Just
corpses?
go with
That's
it.
crazy.
We gotta
I'm
go.
not gonna lie,
We
guys.
gotta go.
That's 20 on that. So shut up.
That's crazy. That's
Okay.
crazy. That's crazy.
So that was not to identify. That was simply to not trigger the trap. But you feel around. They all are bodies.
Can I tell the gender?
You cannot tell the gender. The wrappings
Damn,
are too
he
thick.
cut him. Oh, he cut him.
Why you gotta point that out? All right. I had her card right now, definitely. All right. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
So you're gonna tell me
I'm going
left,
to-
middle, or right.
Middle, and I'm gonna. Before I do that, though, I'm gonna have to definitely disable whatever trap is gonna go off.
Okay.
Before I do that. And then
Um.
I wanna.
Go ahead.
Take the middle one.
Okay.
Is that a?
You are gonna need to give me a
Sleight of
sleight of hand check to undo the trap. I already have the DC. So
Gosh.
Don't forget you have guidance.
hate when
if
I-
you need it.
You
Hear
have guidance.
that?
You have guidance.
Of guidance. And I'm gonna use it. Just
okay.
because I'm scared. That is a 21 in total.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
You managed to
DC failed.
disable. No, you managed to disable the lock. You check the middle body.
And then I'm going to. That's He's gonna use he's gonna be smart. He's gonna wrap the cloth of the blankets and use that as a barrier to not get his own hands bloody. He's gonna start unwrapping, keeping the important part, the probably what is missing important parts wrapped up because he doesn't want that gushing everywhere. And he's just gonna unwrap it and see if he can find the coin.
As you unwrap it, you unwrap the body of a human man. Pushing about, getting into the elderly years, getting about early 60s.
Aside.
And around this point you hear, I think it's best if you go home. Coming from beyond the door.
And then I'm gonna grab onto the hilt of my gun and turn off the safety.
Okay.
Is there
And
is there any
Inhale,
way?
I say make a
Inside.
scene.
and I'm going to Crimson Right on my gun, taking, of course, 1d4 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Yikes, that's 3. And it'll be a very visible glow will start to come from underneath, like the crack in the door underneath.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna sigh and be like, arms, and he'll kick the door open. It's like 2 arms shouting to everybody and aim the gun right at him.
Okay. And as you aim the gun right at his face, he is unfazed.
Read
He-
your note, buddy.
He
Some messed up stuff.
looks right at you. So you went into my office.
Well, for a different reason than figuring out that you killed 3 people, that's for sure. He's shouting this, making sure everybody is hearing this. Of course, I was going in to steal something, but that you did something much worse.
Then pull the trigger.
Okay, he's gonna pull the trigger.
Okay. He's just gonna let you hit. Can you roll damage?
Oh, okay, and that is going to be I imagine it probably doesn't matter. But that is going to be, what's my crimson right damage? 1d4. So that is going to be, let me actually roll it. That plus 1d4. 7 piercing damage and 1 radiant.
You kill him. Bullet straight through his head, and he dies.
Oh, I guess he said better if than jail. He's gonna tilt his weapon and just walk out and turn to open the door, turn to everyone, very clearly he has the blood eye on him, and he's gonna pull out the note, very clearly reach in, pull out the note. I got a good reason for this one. Read it. If you really want extra evidence, you better walk in that place.
I walk over and I take the note from Thatcher.
From
Okay.
the kitchen, you just hear what?
He's catching his breath. He adrenaline is still pumping through him. His hand, his leathered up hand, is bleeding from what he did, and his gun is still glowing with a blue light. But it's in its hilt right now.
Okay.
He's just catching his.
After having read it, I hand it over to Juniper, assuming that they're close to me, and walk towards the scene.
As we'll say, as this is all going on, Margaret has ran into the kitchen.
If she's running by me, I'm gonna grab her around the waist to keep her from going
Can
in,
you-
just because I don't know what's going on.
Can you give me an athletics check versus her acrobatics?
That's a
And
19.
Thatcher is going to air
You
out.
grab
Um,
onto her,
And
and you grab onto her as she runs by, and as you do, she's like, "What's happening? What did you do to my dad? What was
I
that
don't
sound?"
know. But you don't want to go in that kitchen right now because we don't know what's going on, and it might be dangerous.
What would be
oh,
I'm gonna try
Okay.
and take her back and sit her on a make her sit down on a stool while I try and read the note that Belle just handed me.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna just sit the note in front of her and slide it across and just leave it in front of her, but keep my hand on it. You may not want to read this note, but this is gonna explain, I think, what's happening in the kitchen. And then I'm gonna turn around and leave that choice to her as I walk in to join my group.
Okay.
By this point, I would say that I have moved close to the guy, to the now deceased
Mhm.
Mr. Henderson, but I don't know his name, so he's just barkeep to me.
Mhm.
Or no, it was mentioned. My bad. I did hear his name. I'm sorry. And I'm just looking between him and the back of Thatcher. But why?
And Thatcher's just gonna scream out in obscenity and he's gonna take a bottle from underneath the counter and go and sit down and immediately start drinking.
I'm
You would see that
I'm a bit-
Margaret gets up and she walks out the front door.
gonna be stupid. I'm gonna go in the office.
Okay.
I'm also going into the office.
There.
I will go after Margaret.
Okay. Then anybody else going into the office?
Well, when I walked into the kitchen, did I see... I mean, I know what I saw, but is there anything extra that I see? Is he hanging around?
Yeah.
So just like looking at him, I'm just gonna go, I know you were mad, but we'll make sure she's okay.
You can tell that this spirit is not one that is wanting to move on. And you could tell that it is more of a wicked spirit, but not one that is wicked in nature, almost as if it's corrupted. As he kind of just nods to you before leaving. As if like going through the door and leaving.
As he leaves, I'll follow.
Okay. For those of you...
Eventually,
Yeah, good.
I'll just eventually technically following whoa, my brain zoned out name. Vice. There you go.
Okay.
Easy.
For those of you in the office, when you get in, you see that there's the one body that is unwrapped and two wrapped bodies still hanging off of hooks. You see a lock chest that has, or not a lock chest, a foot locker that has bloody handprints on it, and there's also blood on the drawers as well.
As I walk in and take notice, like I'm gonna look to the left first, and I'll be like, okay, why was what? What? I'm gonna probably empty the contents of my stomach into the nearest receptacle.
I'm gonna watch you do that, and then I'm gonna turn to the body. And does it look like what Thatcher did to the trap on the middle one? Does it impact the other two at all?
Give me a investigation.
18.
It does not.
Okay. Can I look really closely at what Thatcher did to undo the trap and see, like, if I could figure out if I can do that to one of the other two?
It's on such a small scale, I don't think so.
You probably would need. It looks like you probably would need thieves' tools to do that. Is that
Thatcher, get in here!
Give me a second. I'm halfway through the bottle.
Quit drinking and get in here.
Fine, and he's gonna, like, you hear the, like, from the bottle, and he's gonna stomp his way over. Wait, I won't be around these no more.
Okay, what you did to this one, I need you to do that to this one and that one. Is one of the bodies that have not been investigated, is one of them, like, smaller in any way? Like, is it noticeably smaller, like, size or length?
Both of these two seem smaller than the one that was in the middle.
But they both are pretty comparable to one another?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which one is closest to the desk?
The one on the right.
Okay, Thatcher, do this one on the right for me.
Fine. You're gonna be the one looking through it.
That's fine, just hurry up.
The ring is inside one of them. If you read the note.
Belle gave me the note.
If I read it too, I want him to believe me. And he's like, he says that as he's gonna look over to Fervor, and he's like, hey, can you do that magic again? These traps, I don't know how dangerous it is.
I'm a finish. I'm gonna look up, drool. Yeah. And then same thing.
Yeah. All right, and I'm gonna go in and attempt to disarm that one, the one she pointed out.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Alright.
You no longer have guidance, by the way.
I just got guidance again from
No,
Fervor.
well, never mind then. There you go.
Unless it didn't work because of my mental state.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Everything put together, that is 15.
That is not enough, and you in fact trigger the trap, which lets out a siren throughout the bar hall and the kitchen.
Oh,
I
I was
immediately
worried I
just
was gonna
slice it
be
open.
joining them.
If the alarm's already going, then I'm just gonna slice open and see if I can investigate as
He's
quickly
gonna-
as possible.
Okay.
Laughing out of relief that it was just that.
As you cut it open,
I thought I was gonna go on those two open.
as you cut it open, you see a woman. This one is about the oldest in terms of like being dead. It's mostly decayed, but you can still make out more feminine features to her, and as the body kind of like comes pouring out in like the bottom of her neck, top of her chest, you would see a gold ring.
Grab it, yank it.
Cool. You got a little rotten flesh on there just for you.
Shake it.
Twist it.
Hey,
Pull it.
Pull it.
Holy,
Pop it.
I'm coping.
I'm gonna walk back into where Fervor was washing dishes because there's a pail of water with soap in it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna wash every part of me that I can and the ring that just got gross.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I'm not waiting for Thatcher or Fervor. I'm going to head out towards the front exit.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Then Thatcher, Fervor. It's just you two at the moment.
Did they leave the note behind?
We
No.
don't know that it's,
No, Margaret took
would
it.
Be, it'd be, okay, yeah.
It would be on the counter if it was left behind.
Yeah, we wouldn't know
I'm
that.
gonna
back
turn to
here.
you, Fervor. You got any cleaning magic? I would rather not have this blood on me no more. That's my own course.
The only thing I can do is with what I did with the dishes. Come on, and I'm a guy.
My
that's
sister can do something. My sister can do something quicker. We'll just go get her. Let's just get out of here. I don't want to be around these corpses
Okay.
no
Okay.
more. I'm gonna take that bottle with me.
All right.
I'm a look. I'm a close the door and like offer a silent nod and a prayer to the departed, and just shut the door. And about 2 steps later, and keep going.
Mm-hmm. All right.
In the sink. He says he hears that.
There is in the sink.
There isn't a sink, dog.
In the pail.
But anyway, now we're gonna cut over to Vice, and I guess also technically, Belle, as you guys go after Margaret, and you see that Margaret is going towards, what looks to be like almost a barracks area,
Ooh.
and
Okay.
is walking that way.
I'll kind of is she walking fast?
She's walking with purpose. I wouldn't say she's like speed running,
Purpose.
but
Okay. I will use my full speed to catch up to her.
okay. Yeah, you go and you can catch up to her.
Gotcha. I'll and as I'm getting closer, I will try and like cut in front of her, and just be like, hey, hold on, just a second, please.
What?
Can I be honest with you?
Might as well somebody be. Sure, go ahead.
I have no earthly idea what is going on. I heard a gunshot. Saw you get into something. I saw you run off. And that is all. So I am going to assume that something is of the amiss. Could you please tell me what's going on so that maybe we could figure something out? Because I have a feeling that you may be going to do something not good.
I'm the one that's not going to do something good. My dad just died. I just got told that my mother, who died, was cheating on my father. Not only that, then I got that confirmed. Then found out my dad killed my mom. I'm the one that's not going to do something good.
Meant something good in terms of your safety. Where could I ask where you're going, please?
I'm going to the guards.
To do what?
I'm going to report that man with the gun. That they killed my dad.
Okay. I'm not going to stop you from going to the guards, but I would like for you to listen to me.
Go ahead.
So, from what I'm able to gather, you saw it all from your perspective, and I completely understand. You are missing not only one family member that was very close to you, but you're missing two. And one of them just died in front of you, and the other one you found out very, very terrible lore about. And I'm sorry that that's something that has to be dumped on you all at the same time. And I understand that you are feeling very confused. You don't know exactly where to go, how to feel, except anger. And I can somewhat relate. Not completely, obviously, because you are in a different perspective. You have a different perspective, you have a different scenario. But I can put myself in a position to where I might be able to feel a fraction of what you are feeling, and I'm so sorry. But I need you to first get all the details first before you go and do it. Just all the details. Not only so that you can benefit yourself, in case you are absolutely 100% correct, but so that when you give that to them, if you do, you also are able to help him get caught faster, if that is what ends up happening, so that they can have everything, like I said, lined up. So I need you to get all the details first. That's all I ask.
What details do I need that I don't already have? I have not one, but two pieces of evidence of things that happened. I have myself, you, and everyone else that's in that bar
Absolutely.
that had seen my father walk in there after telling you all to leave. There's the Got Fervor, I think was his name, the purple guy, the fire hair. He was there when it happened.
Right.
And my father, we all saw, was unarmed. What
Absolutely.
more evidence do you need? I know my father is not a great man. Hell, he was a fucking blight. But your friend had no right being the judge, jury, and executioner.
You are absolutely correct. He had no right.
There are no more other details that I need.
I am able to come to the conclusion that there is something else that I feel like needs to be completed for this puzzle, because he is someone that is in my party. He is someone that I am currently on a request with, and I know him personally, and I'm going to tell you based off of his character profile that he would not pull the trigger for no reason. So, again, all I ask for you to go back, even if it's for 10 seconds, 5 seconds, to just get every bit of details. If you need to, I'll even be your scribe. I write down for you, and I'm thorough in what I do. So please, just for a second. Give me 10 seconds.
She contemplates to herself, seeming overwhelmed with anger. And Belle, this would be the time that you have finally caught up with them.
When I notice Belle, I'll turn my head, like slightly, and I'll look at you like this, and then look, because again, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I didn't go in the room. I don't know what the hell is going on. All I saw was somebody get shot.
You raise your eyebrow in your head, you just hear, "What's happening?" As I approach, carefully.
I want you
I'll respond.
to guarantee me something. Promise me something.
You have my word.
If... Focus. Okay. If he pulls or even touches his weapon, I want you to stop him. At least while I'm there.
Guarantee it. Absolutely.
Okay. And then
What are we talking about?
I'll respond to you. I'm about to say I'll respond to you in message spell, and I'll say
It's in your head.
Okay, in my head. Yeah, I'll say in my head. It's a short message, right?
No, you could just say whatever.
Just okay.
It's a thing. Something else. It's not a spell.
She's mad as fuck. Thinks your brother killed him for no reason. Taking her back to go see the bodies so she can get context. Wants me to protect her.
As he replies back, I'm gonna look around as Anderson continued on a different path as I've stopped here.
Yes, it seems as if he's leaving town.
Alright. Hi. Sorry, I didn't mean to, like, literally chase you. I just didn't know what else other action to do. You know, that kind of just happens. When a big thing happens. So, I know the answer to this question, but sometimes it makes me feel better, so I'm gonna ask it anyways. Are you alright? And I'll be like, I'll walk over to, Margaret. And if that question makes you upset, then I'll retract it. You need a second.
I'm not alright.
This is a lot of information. We could talk as we walk back, if that's what you want.
I have nothing to talk about.
Oh.
Nothing.
Can I feel the silence then?
Yo, what the fuck?
Do what you want to do.
Awesome. Alright, so as we walk back, I'm just gonna... So, that scary guy with the weapon, he's my brother. I'm just gonna say that straight out, so you don't even have to believe a word I say. But I'm gonna keep talking anyways. We've been traveling, and not everyone needs a weapon to hurt someone. So, he's very cautious, I would say.
I don't care how cautious you can be. Caution doesn't mean you get to decide a man's life.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, obviously. I mean, I've faced more than enough people who think they're allowed to decide everything. but as long as you don't find yourself deciding anything, then you keep that train of thinking. Yeah, I'm just gonna feel the silence. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. That was wild. That was loud. That note was crazy. I'm just gonna keep adding comments, literally
Yeah.
filling the silence as we walk.
Um,
Not doing anything really.
yeah, and you guys will make it back to Pepitas. Well, I guess as you guys would more so meet in the town center as you guys were kind of leaving. Um, you guys would all meet up into the town center here, where uh, as soon as she would see Thatcher, Margaret would shut up and just shoot daggers at Thatcher.
Okay. As soon as I see her body reaction, I'll step in front of her, and I'll hold my hand out to Thatcher, and I'll say like in a pretty loud but low voice. I'll say, okay, Thatcher, we're in a situation.
He nods his head. He was probably at the well washing everything off of his hands with the water, since he needed he mainly was outside to get air.
Thatcher,
As
Thatcher, I need you to look at me.
he looks over to you, the glare of the
trust me?
sun kind of almost blocking out his eye, his other eye, that's not blocked off already, and he's just gonna be like, "Yeah, I can trust you. It's just,
Okay, you trust me, right?
yeah, I can trust you. I can trust you."
Okay. Something's about to happen, and I need you to not resist. Do you trust me?
Because I'm not behind bars, then sure.
You won't be in bars,
All right.
but something quite similar. And then I'm going to snap my fingers, and you are going to feel the air around you is going to get really heavy. It's going to feel almost suffocating. But from the ground, like vines, when they like the big ass vines, when they're just full of life, they're gonna sprout from the ground, but they're gonna be chains. And there's gonna be a circle that surrounds you, and chains are going to bound you. You're gonna have like one that connects you to your neck, one that connects you to your arms, and they're all going to attempt to clasp on you, and sit you in the spot that you are. Sit you in the spot that you are. And this is going to be my Crimson Rite, the Blood Curse of Binding.
Mm-hmm. He's going
do you resist?
If anything, he's going to lean into it in a way that's going to avoid it from hurting too much, as if he's been in a situation like this before.
Gotcha. Okay. And
But
I'll look over to.
But I would say it's not Bell's recognizing. So he's not been into a situation like this to Bell's recognizing. So it's strange, even to Bell.
Gotcha. I'll look over to Mark, and I'll say,
She walks over, hands fist balled, goes up, and is just, "You killed my father."
I'm not
Why?
going. Because I have multiple reasons. More than just he killed your mother. Killed two people that didn't deserve it. More than just him being a danger in that situation to everybody in the area. I feel I chose that because if I know I didn't, I would end up in a situation a lot worse than this. And I feel like more of us would also be in that situation. I was going to take that in my hands. And I apologize. You'll never forgive me, and I know it. even when you pass on, you're probably still gonna be haunting me. I promise you, I am sorry, but it was the only thing that seemed right in the moment.
I did not come here for an apology. I don't care what you thought was right in the moment. You didn't have the right to make that choice, to pull that trigger. And you did it anyway.
Can I hold up my hand,
Good.
like meekly? Not to defend the accused. He was told to by your father.
She looks at you, and hell hath no fury. As she looks to you, and your hair goes out immediately. As I said, I did not come here for an apology. And if you think what you did was right, then I have no reason to be here. Even if my father said to do so, you were the one in control. You were the one with the power in that situation, and you chose to abuse that power. You're no better than the bandits that attack these towns. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. She looks over to Vice. I came here, and I gave you my time. I'm going to the guards. She begins to walk
Do
away.
you
Good.
do you at least want to see the room first? Just so that you can give them the specifics.
They can come and investigate it. I don't want to be in the same room where my dad had my mom.
That is fair.
She just walks away.
When she finally walks out, I'll release the binding.
He's just gonna rub his neck. Gonna stand up and he's gonna look over to you, Vice, and just be like, you know, if you are on the same page as her, then by any means, but I've hop towns like this where I got in trouble for doing something not smart, unlike this. And I'll be hopping this one as well. And if you want to come with me, not, that's entirely up to you, but let's at least get the information that we need first. And then what happens from there is what happens from there. You got the ring, right, Jupiter?
Yep.
Juniper, not Jupiter.
I'm about to say, you said Jupiter?
I feel like Thatcher said that on purpose. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna fix that.
Fair enough. And as
If it comes off as on purpose, I'm flipping you off 100%. Yeah.
He's been flipped by way more than you think.
as this is all going on, Sandra just looks and she's like, "So are we going to get the information now, or?"
I'm like
Yep,
already
I was like-
walking that direction.
Okay,
Gonna
good.
start walking
Good
that
to know you.
direction too.
All right, let's go.
As we're walking, I grab Thatcher by the collar as we're walking, and I pull him closer to me.
Not gonna resist.
I understand that you want to protect. You can handle yourself. Make better decisions. I let him go as we continue walking.
All right.
He's gonna nod and let you go ahead of him.
I haven't moved. I'm still scared.
That's right.
Vice
Mom,
will,
forever.
Vice, I'm about to say, Vice will like turn his head to like as he starts walking, and then he'll see you still standing there. He'll just be like, come on, she's gone. Come on.
I'm gonna bite you. You're fine.
After a few seconds, and a possible like light nudge in the right direction, I will just slowly, like, blankly follow after you, going. I'm never
And-
speaking up again. I don't like this. No, 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 no,
And
no.
as you guys kind of, start walking off back to the Illusioneer's house, next time we're going to be having a very wonderful session, picking up right after this one. But before we leave, I don't want y'all going anywhere, as we do have a little cutaway at the end of this session tonight. But real quick, I do want to give a big thank you, one, to Gaming Related for the raid. Big appreciate that, by the way. What did we say, class?
Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
I was tweaking.
so much.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
tweaking.
Thank you
I
so
saw
much.
everyone freaking out, and I'm
I
like,
know. I wanted to be like,
I was
focus, guys,
thinking, bro.
focus.
But
I got straight out of it. I swear to God, man.
also want to thank Gaming Related, Soren Angel, Senior Monk 11, and Leon Lee Lion for the follows. Appreciate you guys so much, as we are doing our best to make sure that we can make a very fun community for a bunch of people, and just trying to make the world a little bit of a better place through D&D. So thank you all so much for tagging along. Hopefully you guys tag along a little bit more often. Love to have you. Always Sleepy 907. Thank you for the follow as well. But yeah, if you guys want to join us for more streams, we have 2 more on Tuesday, specifically one at 7:30 p.m. And one at 11 p.m., both EST. We would love to have you guys there, where those 2 campaigns are tied to this same world in a different country, and as the story goes, events will kind of be explained and connected, and might even get some of the campaign groups together. Who's to say? But
On Sparky will be crazy.
this
This
was
is gonna be annoying if I have to play multiple characters in one session.
this was the single-handed most insane streamed game I've ever done. This was crazy, right? Like,
I
from
was tweaking.
we
I
s-
can't even count down with you.
we started by meeting a guy at a blacksmith, went to a horny halfling's house, and then uncovered a guy who murdered his wife and 2 other people who we don't know, and went on this whole like emotional roller coaster.
With the
Oh,
hit of
wow.
necrophilia. Oh my God, that should get us
Oh.
together, man.
It was
All while I did the dishes.
all while
Shut up.
Fervor did the dishes, but it was fun. It was
Oh.
great.
It's called chicken genders. It's
But-
not.
Yeah, I got you.
Who's to say? But with that being said, thank you all so much for being here, and stay tuned for that little cutaway scene here in a second. But everyone, what do we say to our lovely audience as we're leaving?
Goodbye.
Deuces,
Thank
bro.
you.
Again,
Bye.
thank y'all so much.
forget to do
Thank
the
you so
poll.
much.
Bye.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
All,
Bye.
all
oh, yeah,
that.
the poll. Yeah.
Uh, the poll, thank you. Yes. Here at the Diamond Spirit server or channel, we like to do little polls where we let people know, or we let people decide who the MVP of the session was, and this could be any of our players. So let's see. We got Juniper. We have Belle.
Did you put Juniper or did you put Jupiter?
I can put Jupiter if you want.
He 100% put Jupiter in
Fervor.
with that.
Vice. And we have Thatcher.
Thatcher.
1 minute on the clock. Vote for your MVP. Whoever wins does get inspiration, by the way. So this is important. Whoever had inspiration this time around didn't use it.
I forget.
think
who
it was
that-
Vice.
It was me.
It was
I
Vice.
did.
I don't
for
think
sure.
Vice
It was
had-
me.
He didn't really make a single.
I don't think
he
Vice
didn't have to make
rolled
a single
today.
roll.
Yep.
He didn't.
But
I did. No, I did. I rolled a. It was a
you rolled a
dexterity check or whatever.
you rolled a persuasion.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
Persuasion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you rolled.
hilarious. Guys, it's an even split.
Is
That
it?
was
Even
great.
split.
Oh God, we all get it.
Someone else vote.
oh,
Someone else vote.
I
But
voted.
Please.
I
but
voted.
There we
um,
go.
dude, yeah, this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the game. It was a great time. God, you know, I think this game is gonna be one of those ones that, like, for a while, every session's gonna be better than the last session.
I hope so.
All right, let's see who won.
Every game needs to be like that.
Thatcher.
Hell yeah.
Thatcher, congrats.
Didn't expect that to happen.
It's
Hell
okay.
yeah.
Shot it, dude.
Hey, but good job,
Positive
man.
reinforcement for poor choices.
Yeah, I'll kill more
Dude.
dads.
I was scared.
When I
Madly.
heard Ferber did the dishes, and that's all I needed. You bet madly. I
Oh,
got
But-
madly, 100% madly.
all that,
Fire Genasi did the dishes.
all that to be said, thank you all so much, and we will be seeing you guys hopefully soon. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate y'all.
We cut away to a wandering spirit, the soul of one Mr. Henderson. He goes throughout the fields of Ahlexria until he arrives to a building hidden amongst ruins. As he goes through, looking for an entrance, a woman with fiery red hair appears. Well, well, well. Another lost soul. It seems you finally decided to come home. Welcome back to the Runesworn, where your soul will always be of use. Come. We have work to do.